All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Wednesday, June 20th, 2018. All right, so we have the moon shifting into Virgo today. Now for the next few days, really good for doing the work, essentially. That might be with maybe self-improvement, maybe your literal work, anything that does require that sort of organizational and improvement-oriented energy of Virgo is fantastic with the moon here. So today we have Mercury trining up to Neptune going into tomorrow, part of this Grand Trine that we have this middle part of the week, which has been activating the Jupiter trining Neptune of this year. So today, still a good day, as was yesterday, for being a bit open-minded, a bit hopeful, inspired perhaps about possibilities and potentials. And as the day unfolds, this more receptive energy of Neptune, really good for letting our mind wander a bit, getting into the present moment, very intuitive energy going into tomorrow. All right, so let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this Wednesday. Again, we are using the actual size of the constellations called true Sidereal Astrology. So you will notice the signs are different from mainstream astrology. If you're new to the channel, check out that link down below for more information. All right, so Virgo, the maiden here for the next few days, the moon activating this constellation, which essentially has to do with improvement, refinement, doing the work. So this could be with ourselves. I always say with Virgo, great time for self-improvement, maybe working on our diet, routines, time management, energy management, or our service to others, our work. Fantastic with Virgo. And we could just notice this type of energy coming into the sphere, like wanting to improve things, right? Strive towards that perfection. So it's good to balance that, of course, right? Just doing the best we can, and seeing what can be improved, and just taking the slow and steady grounded steps towards cultivating more refinement one step at a time with this grounded energy of Virgo. So with that being said, we are in the first quarter phase of the lunar month. So about a week ago we had a new moon, so great time to really be challenging ourselves towards taking action and initiative towards any new beginnings since a week ago. And this was about Taurus, so also a grounded energy, which we're finishing up with the sun. This inner resourcefulness we've been cultivating for the past month and a half. Really good for finishing things up with this. Cultivating our inner resources, our inner strength, and fundamentally our inner sense of self-value. Really good here with this lunar cycle starting in Taurus. Now with that grounded energy, we are shifting into a bit of air energy. Now for the next few weeks, the sun will be in Gemini. So adding to this, Mercury's already been here. This now slowly but surely more inquisitive energy, more than likely. Gemini, the twins, is all about doing things practically. So great time to be maybe learning practical things, communicating in a bit of that practical way. Willing to learn is fantastic. Curiosity is great. Reading, writing, communication, trade even, business, exchanging with others. This type of stuff is fantastic now as we make our way into the time of Gemini with the sun. All right, so Venus in Cancer, great to be connecting in our relationships in protective ways, nurturing, caring ways. And Mars in Capricorn, still good to be taking the slow and steady road when taking action. All right, this patient, responsible energy we are implementing collectively with Mars in Capricorn. All right, so let's take a look at the aspects here today. We are right in the middle of this Grand Trine that we have this week. Yesterday it was involving Mercury trining Jupiter, and now going into tomorrow it's Mercury trining Neptune. So it's a Grand Trine involving these three planets. Now this is actually a trine that's already been taking place this year between Jupiter and Neptune, the outer planets involved with this. And now Mercury's activating it from the Grand Trine side of it. All right, so in a larger context, if there's been anything since earlier this year, 2018, that maybe you felt a bit hopeful about, or a bit inspired about, this could be another step in the right direction with this week, particularly in terms of maybe gaining information regarding it, seeing things in a new way, learning new things. And the way we'll likely be feeling this is from yesterday, this perhaps open-mindedness. Mercury was trining Jupiter, still somewhat in orb today. Good for still seeing the big picture, all right? Allowing a bit of this open-mindedness, which can lead to maybe opportunities, maybe optimism perhaps, maybe a bit of that inspiration, hopefulness, right? So that's still very much in orb, and also great for philosophy and anything that does require a more top-down perspective and a more expansive perspective on things. So as we go into tomorrow, the Neptune side of it comes in, which is more of the receptive side. So great time as the day unfolds to get into that receptive mind. I think it'll come quite naturally, maybe letting the mind wander a bit. It can be dreamy and imaginative, so it's good to kind of allow that to happen because there could be creative insight coming in, or more importantly, intuitive insight, right? Neptune is a very intuitive planet. So this is our practical mind, Mercury, in very good harmony with our intuitive soul, you could say, our intuitive connection here with this. Also fantastic for spiritual activities, meditation, for example, prayer, and anything that really helps us stay in the present moment. All right. So great day for this kind of stuff. And again, it will be activating the larger context of this year. So we could notice sometimes middle part of the week, some things shifting in the right direction involving any of that. So on a more minor note, we do have some minor lunar aspects, but also as kind of a backdrop here, we are in the first quarter phase of the lunar cycle. So I really want to reiterate that this is a part of a week that's really good for challenging ourselves, really good for setting intentions, and then taking the action to follow through with them. All right, this is the square between the sun and moon of the lunar cycle, which is the initiating point where it's good to set that initiative and challenge ourselves to move some of those perhaps new things forward from the new moon a week ago. All right, so on a minor note, the moon will be opposite Chiron, maybe a little bit of healing, nothing major, but a good day for that if anything's involving that. And the moon squaring Saturn a little bit later. So while there is a bit of that receptive mind, there could be a little bit of detachment emotionally. So listening to our feelings and creating a bit of a space. So we're listening to our feelings in a detached way and then taking action accordingly with that awareness. All right. So that's the day in a nutshell. Most importantly, Grand Trine involving Mercury, Jupiter, and Neptune, activating the 2018 energy of maybe some inspirations, hopefulness about things, seeing the flow and serendipity of things in our life, or possibly of opportunities, how things unfold. And now that's getting activated with Mercury, our practical mind. So great time really for anything that involves thinking, ideas, communication, even routine as well, especially with the energy in Virgo here today. Really good for the routine, really good for taking care of things and doing whatever work needs to be done. All right, so have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for the daily forecast. Take care.